You ready for our first appointment?
Yep.
We about to see the baby.
Benji in the house.
Stop calling him Benji.
What's his name?
Not Benji. You know.
Guy's name is Benji.
He's trying to call a baby Benji, and it's whack. And everybody done told him it's whack.
Benji is cool.
We about to our first appointment. We're going to our first appointment. So yay! I'm excited. Like this is my fault.
You did it. You set me up.
Hey, boy.
You've been trying to trap me for years now.
Really? You got me pregnant.
No, you've been trying to trap me for years.
Everybody
now.
trying to trap you. Crazy.
Sure.
Get me to my appointment.
Been trying to trap me. You finally got me. You happy now?
You happy? Turn
you happy
up.
now?
You better have a baby.
You finally got me. Sure.
This dude's crazy. Time to go to our appointment. Come on, let's go.
Oh. My back hurt, people. She said on me. Yeah, it's not good right now.
He lying, I don't believe that.
So you think the OBGYN is gonna be cool?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Excited.
Who you calling?
Sorry, accident. It was an accident. It must have, my bottle must have hit it. You ready to see the baby?
I already seen it, baby.
How you see the baby?
I put it in there.
You didn't see it, crazy.
I did.
What it look like? It's not that big.
It is. Like that.
Oh, wait for the ultrasound. But he already seen the baby.
You got a tail.
Oh, yes it do. Umbilical cord, right?
No, it's a tail.
It's a tail.
It's a tail.
Oh. We're having a baby. Papa B. That's your name.
I'm going to sleep.
We having a baby. Come on, call us back. I'm ready. We've been waiting a long time for this moment. Oh man. I thought that was for us. Tired or not? You tired or not? No.
Hard work making a baby.
No, it ain't.
No, love one too.
Hard work.
Hard work.
You a mess. You know that, right? I'm done with you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's the baby's heartbeat?
Yep, sure is.
Okay, so that was our first ultrasound, which we had to wait forever to finally have, because we found out pretty early that we were pregnant. We found out I was probably 4.5, 5 weeks pregnant. So we had to wait about a month for that first ultrasound. So when that happened, it was like, this is real. All I had to go by was 3 pregnancy tests that were all positive, which is pretty much something good to go by. But let me talk about my first trimester. I didn't get any morning sickness at all. 0 morning sickness, which is a blessing, especially since this is my first pregnancy. I've never been pregnant before. I don't have any kids. This is all new to me. But one thing I do know is that women experience morning sickness, nausea, smells bother them. I didn't get none of that. So first trimester was a blessing. It was great. Everything went awesome. So because of that, it's like, am I really pregnant? Yeah, these tests are positive, but they might be wrong type of situation. But yeah, so that's how that went with the morning sickness. I didn't have any. So yeah, great. Now, some stuff that did change in the first trimester, you know, I was tired, very tired, especially like in the late afternoon, evenings. I was down for the count. I was coming home and going straight to sleep. Sometimes I was falling asleep on the floor in the living room, like crash. I'm like, okay, get up, Leah. You gotta go to bed. Like, get in the bed. So I was getting tired, dizzy sometimes, especially if I like hop out the bed too soon or like just moving around too fast, going up and down stairs. I would get dizzy. If I wait too long to eat, I would get dizzy. So that's another thing that started happening in my first trimester is dizziness. What else? The girls, they have grown. They're a little tender, but not too bad. But that's another thing that kind of changed. And I'm like, whoa, these things are heavy. So that's another thing. This might be a little bit too much information, but it's part of my first trimester. So I'm just sharing the journey, y'all. So that's another thing. Well, working out. I continue to work out, which is great. I'm still working out. It's a blessing. I was working out before I got pregnant, and I was working out in the mornings. And because I wasn't getting any morning sickness or none of that, I still have my morning energy. So I still get up in the mornings and I still work out. I just got a lot slower and I started getting out of breath. And I'm like, okay, I just pretty much listened to my body, slow down if I needed to, stop if I needed to. And I just take my time. I just make sure I stay active no matter what it is, even if it's just walking. I did 2 5Ks in my first trimester, and I pretty much ran both of them. Like most of the way through, I ran. I stopped a few times, but not that much. So I did 2 5Ks in my first trimester. So I'm staying active for sure. I mean, that's the lifestyle I was living before I got pregnant. I was very consistent in working out. So that's what I continue to do. And it's great for, you know, pregnancy and stuff like that. So it has many perks of me already working out before I got pregnant. So that's the working out part. Nutrition wise, I stopped liking certain vegetables. Like my craving for certain vegetables went down. And I'm like, it just sounded disgusting. Like I probably would have thrown up if I ate certain vegetables. Like I stopped liking broccoli, which I was eating broccoli, Brussels sprouts. I can still eat salads and then like green beans. And so in order to get more vegetables in, like I was doing like veggie chili. So I can do like vegetables mixed or cooked like together with like meat or something like that, or some type of sauce or soup. But certain ones I could not eat by themselves anymore. And I'm like, that's not good. My baby needs vegetables. So that's the thing that happened in my first trimester is that, like, I even stopped liking cabbage. And I love cabbage. But I can eat it now. Because I did it as my meal prep a few weeks ago. And I was able to eat it for the whole week. So the fact that my cravings for vegetables went down, I'm like, this is not good. So I started doing smoothies and stuff like that to get more vegetables in, because I started feeling bad because I know how important vegetables are, and the fact that I'm pregnant, my baby needs those nutrients. And I was craving sweets like chocolate, gummy bears, stuff like that. That's another thing that happened. Carbs. I was craving carbs, which I tend to stay away from a lot. Like I just do it in balance and moderation. But when I got pregnant, I started craving pasta, sandwiches, like bread and stuff like that. So that's another thing that happened in my first trimester. Like my nutrition kind of like got out of whack from what I was already, you know, how I was eating before. And I'm like, this is not good. I need my vegetables. I can't be eating all these carbs. So, yeah. My water intake was fine. It ain't like, oh, I don't like water anymore. I still was drinking my gallon a day. I actually went down a little bit on my gallon. So I get at least 3 liters in, sometimes a gallon. So water intake is not a problem at all. I drink tea sometimes, and I like orange juice for some reason. I've been craving like orange juice. So that's that. What else? Oh, here's another TMI information. Constipation. Like, it's been bad to the fact that I take laxatives sometimes. Like, every few days I take a laxative because my bowel movements changed. And I'm like, I need to go. Like, I need to get this stuff that I've been eating out. So that's another symptom that I had in my first trimester, is that I was getting constipated. And I'm like, this stuff has got to come out. So start taking laxatives. So, what else? I know what else. Bloating. Bloating was serious in my first trimester. Like, especially right after I ate, I'm like, I felt like I was about to fall over. Like, it was serious. My stomach got huge. I felt like I was about to fall over. I felt like I had a whole Thanksgiving meal when I really didn't. And like, it wasn't even that much stuff that I ate, and I still was bloated. So that was another thing on top of the constipation and everything else. Pretty much it. My first trimester was great, y'all. Especially the fact that I didn't get any morning sickness. That's the biggest thing. So, like, thank you, Jesus. Like, man. Because I hear so many stories of women being pregnant, and especially that first trimester, which they say is the worst. You get that morning sickness, nausea, like certain smells bother you. So I didn't experience none. Like, it's a blessing. So that's how my first trimester went. Y'all just seen my first ultrasound. That's when it really hit me, like, there is a baby, a human growing inside of my body. This is real. This is real life. So that first trimester was great. I'll keep y'all updated, of course, on how everything is going. I'm already in my second trimester, but I needed to come and let y'all know how the first trimester went, because time is going. It's going fast, though. So there's an update on all that, nutrition, working out, and stuff like that. But I'm out.